Welcome back to a brand new episode of NH Unscripted, you happy, lucky listener. I'm your host, Ray Dudley. I'm the one wearing the Nehru jacket, the plaid, and paisley. Yeah, what a combination that is. Bell-bottom pants, but I got my platform shoes on. Your job is to lay back on that waterbed, fire up the lava lamp, get the incense going, and sit back and enjoy. Kick off those shoes of yours. Let's just get grooving in the grass, baby. Yeah. You are listening to us 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios in Concord, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. And you can find us at our URL, nhtalkradio.com. I'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on out there. In just a little while, we are coming to you from the Taj Mahal-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. My God, it is cavernous in here. And before we get too deep into today's episode, I do need to thank my sponsor, the law offices of Shaheen and Gordon. I meant to mention the last time that they were incredibly honored to be recognized in Manchester Media Group's 2025 Best of 603 in 4 legal categories. I'm telling you, everybody should know a good lawyer. Everybody. Folks who voted got them the gold in employment law. They got silver in immigration law. Bronze for both Social Security disability and workman's comp. Dude, these people are busy. We are so happy to have them as the sponsor. Their website is ShaheenGordon.com. That's ShaheenGordon.com. Their phone number is 603-614-5560. Write it down. Put it on your fridge. Again, everybody needs to know a good lawyer. Hey, maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you need a will. Maybe you just need some advice. Everybody should know a good lawyer. ShaheenGordon.com, 603-614-5560. Yeah, thank you to them. Well, we got a kind of a mini series that's going to be happening over the next few weeks because there is an event happening that the state of New Hampshire is extremely proud to have going on. The 23rd Annual New Hampshire Film Festival is about to happen out in Portsmouth. It's going to be taking place October 16th through the 19th this year. So over the next few weeks, we have some of the folks from the film festival that are going to be speaking with us, talking to us a little bit about what's going on out there. And today's guest is Mark Pruett. He has secured the moniker of Cinema Curator. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, dude, you are welcome. Mark, why don't you give us some details about this year's event, and then I got a few questions for you.
Well, you said it pretty good. You explained what we are pretty well. I appreciate that, Ray. We are 116 films across 6 venues in October 16th through 19th, New Hampshire Film Festival. We're an international film festival. 4 days over 6 venues. We have feature narratives, we have feature documentaries, we have short films, we have panel discussions, we have workshops, parties. It is all over the cinematic spectrum here in Portsmouth. Portsmouth is the cinema center of New England, and we really transform downtown Portsmouth. Red carpets, we've got filmmaker Q&As and after parties as well. And everything is within walking distance of downtown, so you can park your car and you never have to go back to it.
No kidding. Dude, it is an event. If folks have never been there, I'm telling you, I had the honor, actually, of volunteering out there a few years ago, and it is just a whirlwind of activity. And there's press, there's stars, there's filmmakers, there's local people out there. It's just crazy what's happening. And Mark, you're at 6 different venues this year. Back when I was just volunteering, there were only 3. Now you guys are up to 6?
Yeah, the festival has grown considerably over the years. And certainly since we took it over just a few years ago, our programming depth has grown considerably. We're getting many more national and international features now. We have so many events and so much going on, we have to expand. So we need more venues.
That is just insane. Congratulations. But it's mind-boggling to think you need 6 different events. And for folks who really don't understand, it's not just like 2 or 3 hours a day. This is just all day long. There's something happening at all these venues. I mean, Mark.
Yeah, the films start at 10 a.m. and the last films will end late at night. So you're right, it's all day, all night.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's the place to be. I mean, it really is. There's so much activity, you almost cannot comprehend what's taking. Matter of fact, a lot of times, a lot of folks have to make choices about things that they can't see. There's things that they want to see, but they all take place at the same time, and so it's really difficult to make that choice. Mark,
and I will say that what helps with that, I'm glad you bring it up, Ray, because this year is the first year that we made a concerted effort to screen film a second time as often as possible. Because, again, we've grown. We have so many venues over the 4 days, so we were able to make sure that there are plenty of features and shorts as well. We'll be screening a second time. So if you couldn't make it on, like, say, Friday or Saturday, maybe make it on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Are you able to talk a little bit about the types of passes that are involved before we get into the specifics of what you do?
Sure, of course. We do have passes. We also have individual tickets. Actually, I'll start there. I know some people may feel that a festival of any kind, and certainly a film festival, could be such a huge undertaking, and it is actually not. Think of the film festival as you can simply buy a ticket and go see a movie like you would any other theater. If you go to a Godzillaplex in your town and buy a ticket and go see a movie, you can do that at the New Hampshire Film Festival. We have tickets available for titles you can buy in advance or the day of. But if you don't want to just do one or two or three titles, but you feel, I'm going to be there for much of the day, maybe I'll get a day pass, or I'm going to be there all weekend. And then that opens up a whole slew of pass opportunities, because you can't buy a day pass. If you feel that you're going to go to more than just one screening, the day pass is your best option. Because that also brings in other opportunities, such as attending panels and workshops as well. And there's a next gen pass. We want to make the festival a little more accessible to those that are a little mindful of the cost. So we've got a discounted festival pass. We've got the full festival pass, which is everything all 4 days. We even have a couple of different VIP passes. And the difference there is the VIP pass, you get in early. In other words, you go and take a seat before others can get in. We allow early access before, like, say, individual ticket holders get in. That's the big perk of the VIP pass. But what we also offer is the New Hampshire resident VIP pass. So if you literally are a New Hampshire resident and you want a VIP pass, well, you actually pay less than others would. So we've got a discounted pass for New Hampshire residents. And then, of course, we've got the ultimate all-access pass. It's called the Platinum Pass. We've got reserved seating. There will be priority entrance to the Sunday VIP brunch, which is one of the big parties that we have for the weekend. You get access to everything, the awards, the parties. There's a private concierge service as well. There's free merchandise and more. So there are different options for you to choose from, whether you just want to see one title or two films, or you want to go all day, or you want to go all 4 days.
Well said. Thank you. I appreciate that. Could you throw out a URL real quick for where folks can maybe get their passes, or at least see what's happening out there?
Yeah, all the information you need is at nhfilmfestival.com. nhfilmfestival.com. That will give you the schedule, the film descriptions, the pass options, the venue information, basically how to attend the festival, where to go, what to do, when to do. nhfilmfestival.com.
Excellent. Mark, you are called the cinema curator. What in the world does that even involve?
So, well, I've been at the music hall. I'm in my 25th year now, and it's a nice way of saying everything you see on screen, well, it's all my fault. I'm the one choosing films, and I like to joke around with our patrons, like, if you like what you see, you're welcome. And if you don't like what you see, well, you need to have better taste.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my job. We program cinema year round here at the music hall. So we have a cinema series that runs 12 months a year. We also have Telluride by the Sea in September, and now New Hampshire Film Festival in October. So it's up to me to make sure that what's on our screens, whether our cinema series all year round or at the various venues for New Hampshire Film Festival, is something that our patrons are going to walk out of this theater going, oh yeah, absolutely loved it. And so that's my job as cinema curator.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's a great segue. Hang on, Mark, hang on. We got to take a break here. You are listening to NH Unscripted. As if you didn't know it, you little lucky listener, happy to be out of bed. We're not quite your House of the Rising Sun, but I am your Animals Like host, Ray Dudley, coming to you 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord on your Sony Walkman, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Mark Pruett from the Film Festival, New Hampshire Film Festival, is on the line with us, and we will be right back because I got a lot of questions. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the YMCA-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord. My God, I can smell the pool chlorine all the way over here. Hopefully you're listening to us on 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your Sony Walkman in Concord, 101.9 for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL, and there's so much happening out there. I'll tell you a little bit later about actually everything that's going on out there. Mark Pruett, the cinema curator for the New Hampshire Film Festival, is on the line with us. And we are talking about the New Hampshire Film Festival, which is coming up next month, October 16th through the 19th. And yeah, boy, that is going to be just an outstanding event. It always is. It always, always is. Mark, in the press release that I got, it said that there was someone, I'm assuming you and maybe a team, had to curate over 1,700 submissions. Is that right?
That absolutely is correct. The number of submissions to New Hampshire Film Festival has tripled since right before COVID. The festival has grown so much and so much in the industry that more and more people realize they want their films on our screens. They want them on our schedule. So, yes, we do get gazillions of, I say gazillions, but yeah, approximately 1,700. And I should point out, we also get submissions for screenplays, too, because while we have film submissions, we also take screenwriting submissions as well for screenplays.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. Is that a category in and of itself?
It is, and we have an award for the best screenplay as well during the festival. So in fact, we have the most that the festival has ever received in its history this year for screenplay entries, which is fantastic. It's a testament to just how much NHFF has grown over the years and how much the people in the industry realize this is the regional festival they want to be a part of.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't think a lot of people truly understand the importance of the festival and all that, because it's grown so much and its impact in the industry. Did I see as well that there's an Academy Award link here to the festival?
There absolutely is. There are not too many festivals in the country that have the distinction that we do, which is we are Academy Award qualifying festival for all three shorts categories. That's live action, animation, and documentary. There are plenty of festivals that have one or two, but we have all three. And that means if you are the winner in that category, you are then eligible to be considered for an Academy Award nomination.
It's pretty prestigious.
And it goes to show that another reason of why filmmakers, screenwriters, people in the industry recognize that New Hampshire Film Festival it's a film festival to be reckoned with. Absolutely.
Yeah. When you get these submissions, and I have to assume almost the day after the festival's over, you're back at it. These people who are sending in all of these submissions, how long does it take you or your team to actually end up with a list of who's going to be able to show at the festival?
Well, you're right. It is a year-long process. Submissions are open for approximately 7 months of the year. And from day one, we are screening films. They are submitted as soon as we open on January 1, and we keep going all the way through until submissions close in the summer. And I do have a team, myself and my colleague Ian McCarthy. We are both of the programmers. We are the ones that make the selections, and we create the film schedule. We are the ones that, to answer your question, we're the ones who say, yes, this is what's going to make it on screen this year. We do have a dedicated team that assist us with film screenings, and there are a few that have been with us for a few years now, and they do assist us. We have some who specialize in foreign language films, some who specialize in animated films, some in shorts. So we have a loyal, dedicated team, and we're pretty nailed in on making sure that we screen every submission, which we do, and we choose the cream of the crop, the ones that rise to the top and are of the highest quality.
Can I ask you, if it's not too difficult to break down, but is there a certain criteria that these films have to meet? For instance, you've got 32 narrative. Let's just sit on that for a second. Is there a certain criteria that a base criteria that a film like that would have to meet before you even can get it even considered to be looked at?
There are criteria we follow when we are looking for films, whether films that are submitted to us or films that we go out and find. We do, and not to get in too much into the weeds for you, but I'll just give you a taste of it. We do dive into things such as sound design, sound overall, the editing process, the overall cinematography, shot framing. It's across the board. We're looking at these films through basically two different lenses, if you will. We want to look at it from a programming perspective. Do these pictures meet certain quality? Do they score high in the different specific categories like I was just talking about? But we also are viewing through the lens of patron, because we realize we're charging people to see these films, and we want to make sure they're getting their money's worth. So do we feel comfortable charging for this? And how would we feel if we're patrons paying to see this film? Do we feel like we're getting our money's worth? So we actually look at these films through those different perspectives.
Oh, that's very, very interesting. There are some big names attached to some of these films. Can you talk a little bit about some of those, like the one starring George Clooney and Adam Sandler?
Sure.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned George Clooney and Adam Sandler, they are starring in our Spotlight film on Saturday. That is Jay Kelly, directed by Noah Baumbach. George Clooney, everybody knows his work. And, of course, being New Hampshire, everybody knows Adam Sandler as well. Right. So I should say it's generating some Oscar buzz. So Jay Kelly is definitely a Spotlight film. This is the film that is a good example of you don't have to necessarily be a person who goes to film festivals or is familiar with the process. If you're somebody who just wants to go out and see a movie, it's a perfect example of one you can go out and see. This was a great score for us to get this film. It's extremely high profile. Obviously, George and Adam are extremely high profile. We also have Jessica Chastain starring in Dreams. That's our Saturday night Spotlight film. And Jay Kelly is our Spotlight film on Friday. We have a Spotlight film on Thursday called Blue Moon with Ethan Hawke and Margaret Qualley. And she's about as hot as it gets when it comes to in-demand actors in Hollywood. She is in Substance recently, and she has a supporting role here in Blue Moon with Ethan Hawke. So I must say Ethan's performance in Blue Moon is, beyond stellar, absolutely amazing. We do have films that there will be some films where you're like, oh, I know who that is. I've seen her in other things. And then there are some big stars, and of course there are films, the more independent films of actors you may not know now, but maybe in a few years you will definitely know them.
This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful segue. I noticed that the New Hampshire category, what does that basically entail? Is it films made in New Hampshire or films by New Hampshire native filmmakers, or does it just have actors from New Hampshire? What's that category about?
So that's a long-standing tradition for New Hampshire Film Festival to give a chance for films with a New Hampshire connection to be on screen. And the way we handle it is there needs to be a New Hampshire connection. That can mean let's say the filmmaker grew up in Nashua. Let's say a portion of it was shot somewhere in New Hampshire. Let's say the producer of the film lives in New Hampshire. As long as there's a New Hampshire connection, it can qualify to be a New Hampshire title. It doesn't necessarily need to be everybody in the crew and the cast and film all in New Hampshire. There can be a connection too. For example, I just mentioned the Ethan Hawke, Margaret Qualley film, Blue Moon. Well, Aaron Wiedersson is executive producer. He's a New Hampshire native. So there can be that connection, that tie to the state. And many filmmakers and people in the industry who live out in Hollywood, it's New Hampshire's home to them. So there's still that connection, and that connection is what drives those titles for us to say, these are New Hampshire films, even though they may be national titles.
Is there any chance that some of these stars may show up for the festival?
That is always a work in progress. When it comes to cast, I can say that is always a work in progress. We work pretty hard on that. That is a year-long process. We made a concerted effort this year to focus on filmmakers, getting the filmmakers out here, and making sure the directors had the opportunity to be here and talk about their films and engage with the patrons and do Q&As for their titles.
Hang on, Mark. Hang on. We know that music. Yeah, you are listening to NH Unscripted, and not the worst thing that could happen to you. We are the Brooklyn Bridge-like host, Ray Dudley, coming to you from the Hollywood-like squares of the WKXL studios in Concord, 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Mark Pruett from the New Hampshire Film Festival is on the line. We're talking films, baby. We'll be right back. Unscripted, as if you didn't know. I'm your happy to be out of bed host, Ray Dudley, coming to you from the spa-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord. 101.9 FM on your Sony Walkmans for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. As if you might not have known, the New Hampshire Film Festival is coming up next month. That's October for those of you who don't own a calendar. That would be the 16th through the 19th of October. It's their 23rd annual festival. It is just booming, baby. I'll tell you, it is an event to be attended to. Mark Pruett's on the line. He's the cinema curator out there, and we're talking about how films get in and out and who chooses them and what's going on. Mark, there's a lot of discussion in the industry lately about the use of AI. Do you want to kind of get into that a little bit and how it impacts anything that gets presented at the festival?
Oh, that is a good question. AI for a few years now has been a hot topic, and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Now's a good point that you bring up AI. We actually do have a documentary that's fascinating. I was not even finished screening it when I knew, that I'm definitely adding this to the schedule, called Deep Faking Sam Altman. Now, you may know Sam Altman. He runs
Bitcoin
AI.
Yeah? Oh, got it.
He runs OpenAI, which is, so many people around the world use ChatGPT. So the filmmaker, his name's Adam Balalo. He created a film that did pretty well called Telemarketers a few years ago. So with his success, he was trying to catapult that into getting an interview with Sam Altman. And the interview did not happen. So what he wound up doing is using his resources and getting an AI version of Sam Altman created so he could have that discussion with Sam Altman, but the AI version of it. Right. And so this documentary, you learn that you get a little, let's say, a secondhand sense of what it's like to deal with AI. Because, sure, plenty of people use ChatGPT, but what when you're having a conversation with somebody who does not exist? But when you're listening to them, they're on your screen, they sound just like them because the language, the the sound of the voice, everything about this AI Sam Altman is taken from the real Sam Altman. So the filmmaker has to determine, how do I deal with this? What do I do with this? And you learn about just how much the AI version of Sam Altman evolves over the course of making this film, because it learns and it grows.
What?
So any interest in AI, deepfaking Sam Altman is a can't miss documentary.
I am gobsmacked. I cannot even imagine where that could go.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of a teaser on that one. The AI Sam Altman learns, it evolves, and when the filmmaker, when Adam talks to it about, there's probably going to come to an end of me needing you. We won't need you anymore. At one point later in the film, the AI Sam Altman starts to explain why he should not be, in effect, killed. So you start to see an AI version almost begging for its existence. So
what?
Very fascinating. Yeah.
Okay, my mind is officially blown, and I'm actually sober, so that's incredible. How do you guard against? Are there safeguards in here against the legality? I mean, the legal issues and the ethical issues. I know you're going to have a panel, right? A panel talk or discussion about the ethics of this.
Right, I'm glad to mention I get part of the festival, part of any festival, certainly ours, tons of panels and workshops. There is one on Thursday afternoon called The Ethics of AI, but we go beyond that, too. I mean, we've got filmmaker conversation. We've got discussions how to go from being a short filmmaker to being a feature filmmaker. There are demos for virtual production. So when sometimes, you're watching a commercial or a television show or a film, and you see somebody walking down the street, well, they're actually not walking down the street. It's all virtual. And there's going to be a production demo at our lounge space where you can see that in effect. So going from AI to then going to a virtual world, if you will, that's good examples of what you can experience at the film festival.
This opens up a huge can of worms, does it not? I mean, this is there's potential, and then there's potential for not good involved here. How do you screen that? How, as a curator, I mean, it's getting better and better all the time. How are you safeguarding that a film doesn't get in that's just made up?
Well, it is a consideration. It is a hot button topic. We know that. We know it's going to not go away. While there are plenty of people who feel that this is not ethical, and the fact that it takes away from jobs from actual humans, there are people who want to use it to their advantage. So it hasn't been an issue for us so far. I do anticipate it growing, and those are decisions we're going to have to make. Where's that line between using AI to enhance or using AI to create? And I think that's something we do have to keep an eye on as the years go by, because the AI is not going away, and it's only growing. Yeah. And I think at least seeing this deepfaking Sam Altman film puts a little bit in perspective.
Is that the only film that touches on the subject that people will be seeing out there?
To this degree, yes. There are other titles in production, other titles that have been made. What we don't want to do for a festival, because it's so vast and so diverse, we also don't want to focus too much on one thing. We want to touch on various topics, different topics. We want to make sure we're covering our bases, because being an international film festival with people who come from all over with films that are documentaries or feature narratives or animated films, it's all over the cinematic spectrum. So we want to make sure that we're covering different bases and not focusing too much on one thing. So when you look at our schedule and seeing all these different colors in the schedule, and you're wondering, what's this all about? We're trying to be helpful for festgoers to know that we've got a lot of night out at the movie titles. We've got movies that if you want to learn something, you want to see those documentaries and walk out of the theater like, wow, I never knew that. We've got those. And we've got what so many festgoers go to NHFF for every year, short blocks. Because we have a lot of short films that range from 3 minutes to up to 30 minutes. And these are shorts that are all over the spectrum, whether They are live action shorts, whether they're animation, it could be comedy, drama, and that's also what we focus on. So we want to create a festival that's pretty much for everybody and not just focusing on certain titles. But since you bring up AI, we have to talk about it. I don't think we would be servicing the cinematic community if we didn't discuss this. So I'm glad you brought it up. And that ethics of AI panel should be an eye opener for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's everywhere, right? It's everybody in the industry talks about it. It has a huge impact, and it's in its infancy. I can't even imagine where it potentially could go.
Exactly, it's not going away. Right.
Are you, as a curator and as a team out there, are there certain films that you think are going to be more popular than others, or certain categories that tend to draw more people? And I ask that because if someone's thinking about getting a day pass or a movie pass, they may want to get it early if something's more popular than others.
Sure, and that's a really good question because, as I was mentioning, shorts blocks are really popular every year. There are plenty of festgoers who come every year where they'll go to every shorts block. They won't know much or anything about the shorts, but they know they want to see the shorts blocks. And what I was talking about earlier is that when we want to make sure we're trying to give everybody a chance to see titles that they might not be able to make because they're in another venue and they can't make two titles at once, we're screening most of our blocks twice. So that includes the shorts blocks. So if you miss it on, like, say, Saturday, you can go see it on Sunday. So we want to provide that opportunity because those are popular. And as we were talking earlier about the spotlight titles, Jay Kelly on Friday night, that's a huge one for us. We actually have individual tickets on sale for that now. And then Blue Moon as well, Dreams on Saturday as well. But there are going to be plenty of cinephiles at our festival. You don't have to be a cinephile to attend. You can just like going out to the movies. But if you're a cinephile, we've got titles for you as well. We've got several winners at the Cannes Film Festival, films such as Sound of Falling, Secret Agent, Sirot, It Was Just an Accident. So again, all over the cinematic spectrum. So if they're on sale early, if those tickets are on sale early, if you're not going to do all day, you might want to get a ticket. But if your best bet, get a pass.
Excellent.
Get a pass. That's the way to do it.
Excellent. Hang on. We only got one more block to go. My mother of God. Save the last dance for me, baby. I am your Drifters Like host, Ray Dudley, and we are coming to you from the dating game like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. Yeah, 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your Sony Walkmans. 101.9 FM for beautiful souls in Manchester. Mark Pruett, cinema curator for the New Hampshire Film Festival, is on the line. We have one more block to just break things down. Goes fast. We'll be right back. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. Give me that old-time rock and roll. Yeah, baby. I'm your Bob Seger-like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the Honeymooner-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM. On your transistor radios, all the poor kids get the 8 transistors. We got the 16. 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester, and nhtalkradio.com is our URL. Where, should you happen to be lonely at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning having your warm milk and cookies and you need a friend, hey, go out to nhtalkradio.com. Everything's archived out there. Yeah, you can go down, you can sit there for hours and hours and hours and just get familiar with all of the great content that takes place out here. A lot of reruns. You can listen to this episode again over and over and over. Catch it all. Anyway, Mark Pruett, cinema curator at the New Hampshire Film Festival, which is taking place next month. That would be October 16th through the 19th, is on the line. Mark, I wanted to ask you a question about the impact of the international market. Is that big in the film festival itself?
Absolutely. So while we are called New Hampshire Film Festival, we could be called New Hampshire International Film Festival. We do have films from all over the world. Pick a country, we've probably got it covered. Feature-length films, whether narratives or documentaries, shorts as well. And in fact, since you bring up the international component, just the last week, countries have officially submitted films for Academy Award consideration for Best International Feature Film, and we've got several of them. Spain has submitted Surat, which is one of my absolute top titles of the entire festival. I recommend it highly. Germany submitted Sound of Falling, which has garnered awards. France has submitted It Was Just an Accident. We have it as well. Colombia has submitted A Poet. We have that. Brazil has submitted The Secret Agent. And these are all films that you're going to be hearing about at awards time in just a few months. And I feel that one of our titles will be winning that Best International Feature Film at the Academy Awards. For sure. And we have shorts, too. We have shorts that are from all over the world. Parlebas is one of my absolute favorites. It's a short about the witch hunt from long ago, but it's not set in Salem because this has actually happened in Holland. So there's that. We've got a great film from Ukraine called Extremist, and that's a short. So, yes, we're all over literally the globe.
Yeah, you guys are rubbing shoulders with some other great, not venues, but like Cannes, Sundance, Toronto. I mean, it's really very prestigious what you guys are doing out there.
Right, and we get a lot of titles that premiere at these big festivals, and you mentioned them. Cannes, whether it's Toronto, all over the world, and movies that make waves in Venice, per se, or even right here, like say at Sundance, we've got those titles, and not every film festival can grab them, and we've done pretty well for ourselves, and that just goes to show our status in the industry.
Yeah,
we're getting bigger. We're getting bigger titles than the festival used to be able to get in years past. We're growing, we're expanding. That's why we're at so many venues now over the span of 4 days. We have so much we want to offer, including these international titles, these well-known titles, and titles that we as programmers want you to see and feel you need to see.
As a curator or a team of curators out there, when you sit down and you're about to start reviewing films and documentaries and things that get submitted, what's the biggest challenge you have to overcome? Is it the size of it? Is it just the prestige that, a name that somebody, big name, wants their film in there, but you got to push back on it? What's the biggest, maybe the most difficult thing about curating all of these?
That's a very good question. There are a number of challenges, of course. Ask me again tomorrow, the next day, I'll probably give you a different answer. But, you've heard the old saying, there are not enough hours in the day. Well, there are not enough days in the festival. We simply can't accept everything. It's getting more and more difficult to accept titles because we have so much available to us, and we put everything up against the quality standards, so we want to make sure that we're offering the best we can offer, whether these are submissions from the area. Like we talked about earlier, we do have submissions that fall under New Hampshire films, whether an actual connection or they actually do have a literal connection. And it makes it tough because it's not just New England or New Hampshire, it's the world. So even though we've got 4 days and we've got so many venues, we start at 10 a.m. and the last film started at 8 p.m., we can't take everything. So not everything makes it in, unfortunately. It makes it tough. But that's a sign that's a really great sign of an amazing film festival, is that it's not easy to get into. It's difficult to get into. So I would say, I can't get everything on the schedule, but I'd like to.
Man, that's pretty impressive. I mean, that's darn impressive.
Yeah. I guess you could file that as a good problem to have.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah. Well said. Could you throw out the URL again and maybe just talk a little bit more about some of the passes that people maybe should be looking at?
All the information you need about the festival is at nhfilmfestival.com. There you can also find out how to download the mobile app, which will be in effect for the festival weekend. Because what you can do is you can schedule your weekend with the films you want to see in the mobile app, which we highly recommend people to do that. Plus,
that's brilliant.
After you see a screening, after you see the screening, you can vote on it as well. So you can vote on the films you liked, what you didn't like. But you can set your schedule across the day. You'll get notifications of when a film's about to start. So nhfilmfestival.com is the starting point for everybody. Downloading the mobile app as well for New Hampshire Film Festival. And if any questions, you can always email me, programming at nhfilmfestival.com. That's fine. But we want to make it as accessible to everybody as we can, get information to figure out, okay, how do I attend? How do I do this, that, the other? Can I just go see one movie? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? So we want to make it as easy and as accessible as possible. So again, going to nhfilmfestival.com for more information, and including accessibility for passes as well, because we know not everybody can make it all 4 days. Maybe you can only make it one day or just see one title, and that's where the pass options come into play. You can buy a ticket if you just want to see one specific film or a shorts block. That's fine. You just buy one ticket. There you go. But if you're going to come to at least two or more, then you're going to want to buy a day pass, and that gets you into everything festival-wise for that day. But if you know you're going to be coming more than that, you're going to definitely want the festival pass for sure. This gets you into all the films, the panels, the workshops, all 4 days. And then the better option, if you are going to attend 4 days and do a lot, would be that VIP pass, because then you get early access. You get to take your seat before other pass holders and ticket holders get in. And if you're a resident of New Hampshire, you get a discount on that VIP.
Oh, I was just going to ask you that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. And there's the Platinum Pass, which is, you wear that with pride. That's not just you going and attending and being seen, but that's supporting the New Hampshire Film Festival. That means you're invested with us. You are supporting us, and there's only a few available. They can absolutely sell out. We have a limited amount of those Platinum Passes, and that literally is all access. So again, all that information is at nhfilmfestival.com.
Yeah. Is there a central location in Portsmouth itself, where if folks don't get there online, they can go and either buy a ticket or get some information?
So during the festival weekend, which is 4 days, October 16th through the 19th, the Music Hall Ticketing Hub at 104 Congress Street, you walk right in there and make the purchase. You can buy the ticket, you can buy the pass. You can also, if you've already purchased, you can pick it up there. That's right on the corner on Congress Street. It's on the same block as the Music Hall Historic Theater. So we're right there on the corner of Chestnut and Congress, 104 Congress Street. We call it our ticketing hub, the Music Hall's ticketing hub. And that's where you go to pick up or purchase.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that information. I appreciate that. The animated category, is that big?
So we have a loyal following. Like I was saying, we have a loyal following for shorts. There are people who don't want to miss any animated title we have.
Yeah.
That is one of the categories we're Academy Awards qualifying for, animated shorts. We have an animated feature this year. While not all animated titles every year may be family appropriate, actually, our animated feature is called Arco. It's screening on Saturday afternoon. This is a French film that is beyond fantastic, but it was also recently dubbed with famous stars such as Will Ferrell and Natalie Portman and America Ferrera and Andy Samberg. This is an all-ages, it's not a kid's film, it's an all-ages animated film. It's fantastic, and it may very well win the Oscar this year for animated film. And we have a ton of shorts as well.
Sir, well done. Mark Pruett, cinema curator from the New Hampshire Film Festival, has just given us the deets that we wanted on the film festival happening October 16th through the 19th. 4 days, 100-plus films, one unforgettable journey. You have been listening to NH Unscripted, but you knew that, didn't you? Yeah, we are coming to you from deep within the bunkers of the WKXL studios in Concord, 1450 AM, 103.9 FM, 101.9 FM for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls in Manchester. Come on, get out to Portsmouth, support these things. We love it. We love it. Mark, thank you so much.